I tried yoga for calm and flexibility, and then I discovered contortion, and yes, it's way more fun. Forget everything you've been told about yoga. It's time for something different. As a circus aerialist, I've trained with yoga and contortion for years. I spent money on memberships, equipment, gyms, props, but my flexibility barely improved. And that got me super frustrated. Then I discovered contortion. Suddenly, I got stronger, more flexible, and every stretch had a purpose. It's not just exercise, it's performance art and adrenaline all in one. I'm gonna give you a quick history of yoga and contortion, explain why I personally prefer contortion over yoga, and break down the difference between active and passive stretching. I'll cover the benefits of each, the cost of training, and some smart ways to save money. Because in the long run, contortion is actually cheap for all the strength and health that it gives you. Here's some history for you. Yoga is one of the oldest movement traditions in the world, going back to over 5,000 years ago in ancient India. Its earliest roots show up in ancient Sanskrit texts, and originally, yoga wasn't about stretching. It was about meditation, breath work, and spiritual growth. Around 200 BC, a sage named Patanjali wrote the Yoga Sutras, which laid out the 8 limbs of yoga. So things like ethical practices, meditation, the breath control that we were talking about before. The physical poses were only a small part of this larger system. For centuries, yoga focused on mindfulness and spirituality. The more physical side became popular later, especially with Hatha yoga in the Middle Ages, where posture and breath control became tools for energy and discipline. In the late 1800s and early 1900s, yoga spread to the West, where teachers brought its philosophy. And later, teachers made the physical postures central to the practice. That's the yoga most of us know today. Part spiritual, part physical, part stress relief. Contortion has a completely different story. It's been around for thousands of years too, but it developed as a performance art rather than a spiritual practice. In ancient Egypt, tomb paintings show dancers in extreme backbends. In China, contortion was part of acrobatic displays as early as the Western Zhou dynasty, which was over 2,000 years ago. But it's Mongolia that's considered the true birthplace for contortion. For centuries, contortion has been treated like a cultural art there, often passed down through families, especially among women. Mongolia still produces some of the most skilled contortionists in the world. Later in the 18th and 19th centuries, contortion found a new home in the European circus tradition, where it was paired with juggling, trapeze, and clowning to wow audiences. The tradition grew into what we see now: contortion in circus, festivals, shows like Cirque du Soleil, and of course, viral videos on social media. How they differ. So while both yoga and contortion involve flexibility, they come from totally different roots. Yoga began as a spiritual discipline for inner peace, self-awareness, and balanced health. Contortion grew out of entertainment and performance, and was designed to amaze and inspire visually. Why I like contortion better. I tried yoga for flexibility and calm, and when you do it every single day, when it's forced on you and you have to do it every single day, it gets super boring. Contortion gave me performance, art, and adrenaline. I've been stretching every day for 15 years. I can definitely be way more flexible than I am now. As an aerialist, I'm more of a strength person. In the circus world, you need to be both flexible and strong, and I tend to gravitate on the strong side. When you build more strength, you lose flexibility. So essentially, every time you increase your weights or do an extra pull-up, you need to stretch your muscles to compensate. And stretching is boring to me. To me, contortion is more active and goal-oriented. So instead of just relaxing and breathing, which I'm getting anyways out of contortion, I work on creating visually appearing shapes. Every stretch has a purpose, and I'm building towards a final pose or sequence in my aerial routine. There's also this artistic satisfaction to contortion. Seeing the shapes you can make with your body is incredibly rewarding. It's actually really exciting. Before, I couldn't do a split to save my life. My split was like a V. It was like this. I do meditate to help me relax, and that part of yoga is useful. Contortion also gives me a sense of accomplishment and performance value. It's not just health, it's also visual storytelling. So what's active versus passive stretching? Passive stretching is what yoga often uses. Use gravity, props, or relax your muscles to stretch. An example of that would be holding a forward fold, using a strap for a hamstring stretch, or just letting your body sink into a split. When it's passive, your muscles are generally relaxed and you rely on external support or weight. It feels calming and meditative, which is why yoga is great for stress relief. The downside for a performer like myself, it can feel slow and you have to spend a lot of time holding poses to get results. In terms of active stretching, you're still utilizing gravity, props, but you use your own muscles to control the stretch. An example can be lifting your leg into a high split while keeping your core engaged and pulling a foot behind your head using your muscles and strengths along with gravity. So when you do a split, you engage your muscles, rock your body forward and backward, and keep your arms up to kind of push yourself into that position rather than being relaxed, where your muscles are engaged and working. This builds strength, stability, and extreme ranges of motion. It feels goal-oriented. You're not just stretching, you're creating a shape or a move. So let's talk a little bit about the benefits of each. Benefits of yoga. Flexibility. You gradually improve your range of motion. There's also that stress relief and mindfulness portion to it. The meditation and the slow movements calm the mind. It's also very good for joint and health posture. It helps with alignment and longevity of movement. It's also highly accessible. Anyone can practice at their own level with minimal equipment. Benefits of contortion. It's stretch plus flexibility simultaneously. It trains your muscles while increasing range of motion. So the benefits of contortion are, in my mind, it has most of the benefits of yoga. Maybe it's not as peaceful, maybe it's not as meditative, maybe it's not as spiritual, but I do feel that as well when I do contortion. But then with contortion, you get the added effects of strength and flexibility simultaneously. You train muscles while increasing range of motion, performance, and artistry. You create visually striking poses for shows or content. It also helps with goal-oriented training. Since you see results quicker, for me at least, it made me motivated more to engage in it every single day. It also focuses on body awareness and control. Now, I believe both of them do this, but extreme poses require much more focus, balance, and precision. In terms of cost, yoga classes can be $15 to, around $30 to $40 a class. It could be part of your gym membership. You also have to buy mats and props. I've seen some rec centers offer them for $50 for like 10 classes, so that's pretty cheap. Contortion, same thing. There's the prop cost. But a lot of times contortion teachers are very few and far in between. There's just not many of them. So they do cost a little bit more, generally between $50 to $150 an hour, depending on the person. And you would take that in circus studios and online classes. You still need some of the props and the yoga mats. My yoga blocks got attacked by my cats. Every time I buy yoga blocks, my cats chew them up. So I just gave up and I don't buy new ones anymore. Clothing. So if you're doing it at home, it doesn't matter what you look like. You don't have to match. You don't have to look gorgeous. And that's why I hate gyms, because I feel like I need to dress up just to go sweat and then take a shower. Like, I can't wear a shirt and pants that don't match. And that bothers me. Contortion is often pricier, but it's unique. It's a write-off for me, and I can utilize it for my aerial performances. Whichever one you decide to do, or decide to try, I do think that someone can learn a lot from YouTube or some sort of online subscription. However, I think it's wise to take at least a couple of online classes, because the teacher can then correct your posture if you're doing something wrong. So for a lot of the aerial splits, your hips need to be aligned and straight, kind of like headlights. One can't be here, one can't be there. It just doesn't really work that way. It's not a banana split. In that case, a contortion teacher would kind of modify you, and they would teach you how to pull part of your hip back and part of your hip forward to be more aligned. And you may not catch something like that if you're doing online classes. I do a mix of online learning and in-person guidance. So essentially, yoga is amazing for balance, spirituality, and wellness. But for me, taking a little bit that and coupling it with contortion's artistry and strength makes it unbeatable. Which one would you choose, yoga or contortion?